What's up guys, BTBS here, welcome back to another episode of ModSauce Modcraft. Yes, I am hanging out in the back garden right now. I worked out the problem. So you remember last episode I said about how you can make these floating islands, and I said that which apparently was wrong, that you can make you can put your generating flowers on there, your mana generating ones. Turns out I was right. I just didn't know how to do it. So what you're supposed to do is you make your floating islands like this, and then you have to take the flowers you want to put on the island and swap them with the flowers you've already got on there. So it's a little bit wasteful, but it does mean that you get your floating flowers. And now that I've got my floating flowers, I can place them above here, and these flowers, in fact, we can test if they actually work, because they should. So we can find out fairly easily. Because basically my idea is to make this super efficient. Get rid of that. All we need to see is, there you go, it ate some of it. And if I hover over this, I can see it's a hydrangea and it has a mana bar. So these flowers work. So what we can do now is we can take these flowers and we can float them on each other like this, and because of the new thing where water forms source blocks underneath itself, we can just have this water extended up a few blocks, and we can put all of our water generation in a single water tower, which is going to be pretty sweet. Sorry, it's really weird over there because I've got this sound muffler to stop the weird sound. Now, what was the other thing I wanted to do? I can't remember. Oh yes, I just want to do this very quickly. So I have a spare ring spot, and I do not want to wear the ring of the magnetism. So what I'm thinking is, there's another Britannia ring that I could use. There's a couple. I could go for the ring of chore data, which I have no idea what it does. Let's find it in here. Baubles, chore data. Allows you to swim really fast. Not all that interested, to be honest. And then we have the ring of great fairy ring. I don't have elementium, so I can't make that. And I don't have elementium, so I can't make the ring of far reach. Where's the other rings? Are they called bands? Yeah, band. I was thinking a band of aura or a band of mana. Now the band of aura generates, it just creates mana for free over time. And I've got 2 Terra still, so I could upgrade it to the much more efficient version. Works a lot faster. Yeah, generate mana at a significantly faster rate. Or I could go with a band of mana, which holds mana, and I basically wouldn't have to use a mana tablet. I wouldn't have to have a mana tablet on me when I went around. What I'm thinking is I'm probably going to make both of them, but I want to make the band of aura first, so that I can generate extra mana, and if I happen to be AFK for some reason, I can make a bunch of free mana just by being AFK. I'm totally cool with that. And, you know, basically the only thing stopping me from doing a whole bunch more Britannia stuff is that I need to get hold of more mana, and being able to fill up a mana tablet that's on me is going to be very handy, because a mana tablet is half a mana pool, and half a mana pool is what it costs to make a Terra Steel. So yeah, a mana tablet is exactly half a mana pool. So it'd be really useful if I could generate mana myself. So I'm going to make both of these. I'm going to make the aura band first though, because I think it would be more useful. I'm going to need another rune of mana though, which is just kind of expensive. And then I need 5 mana steel. I wonder. I like that, that's cool. I need to make this into a Monarpo. I need to say fuck off zombie, and then give that a bonk. There we go. yeah, I just wanted to do these two very quickly. I actually have to cut the episode in a second, but I wanted to get these done now so that while I'm not recording, I can have my mana tower be more effective, and I can generate mana for free. And then 4 more mana steel. Rune of Mana, that gives me my Band of Aura. Well, oh, there you are. You suck! Fucking skeletons. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I need my Terray Steel. And then I can upgrade this into the Greater Band of Aura. And I think that's a fairly good thing to do straight away. Oh, it unequipped my Ring of the Man. Really? You know I have 2 ring slots, right? There we go. So yeah, now I have my Sojourner Sash for the running and the jumping and the block stepping. Whee! Whee! Oh great, a bunch of zombies are interested in me now. Oh, that's not what I want you to eat. I want you to eat that. Did I not? I didn't pick it up, I was going to say. Yeah, so I'm going to just cut right here, but yeah, I have my Pyroclast Pendant, so that as long as I'm not standing in fire or lava, I stop burning straight away, it extinguishes me. And my Ring of the Man, also that as long as I have a mana tablet on me, whenever I mine, I get haste too. I have a Greater Band of Aura, so I generate mana for free, and I have my Sojourner Sash for the movement. And my mana tablet is 223 out of 1,000. Hey, actual amounts of mana. That's pretty weird to see an amount of mana. Anyway, I'll be back in just a second. What's up, guys? I am back. Welcome back. Yes, it has been a little bit of time for me. I've been playing around with some stuff with Britannia. Let's have a look at what I've done. So, I changed these plants on the bottom to be floating just because they looked weird not being floating. They looked far too big. And this is working fine. This is some nice passive mana income into here. This is working fine. Nice passive into here. I added another mana pool here just so that I could have faster crafting with this guy. And that's actually been very helpful. With 3 of them, it's, 3 times as fast as 1. I stuck a dropper up here with some living rock in it, and then I just dropped that on there because I was always having trouble getting the stuff in there. I did the same up here, and every time I want to make Terra Steel, I just put the 3 items in here and then flip that a couple of times and they drop onto there. Everything works excellent. I have wildly revamped my Endoflame farm. So now each line has 3 Endoflames with 3 droppers, and each one feeds into its own mana spreader. I did some testing, and it looks like each mana spreader can take 3, a little less than 3 Endoflames worth. So if you look here, you see this one, hang on a second, yeah. Each line is dedicated to its own mana spreader, and I still get the thing where for some reason Endoflames just sometimes don't pick up the fuel, but they still generate. But they're not stealing the fuel from the other ones, because the other ones are still generating. But if we look at this, the mana spreaders can almost handle it. They fill up a little bit. But with 2 Endoflames, they don't fill up. So I decided to go 3, even if there is a little bit of waste. But yeah, I now have, what's that, 7 lines? 7 lines, yeah. All feeding into this 1 mana pool. And 1 click of that will fill up a mana pool. If you look really carefully at the mana pool, you can see it's split into 4 parts. So you've got the halfway mark, and then you've got the quarter marks, which are halfway between the halfway and the start and end. And then between, say, the middle and a quarter mark, there's these 4 other marks on the bottom and 3 along the top, which denotes even smaller denominations of mana. And one click of that will basically fill up 1/32 of a mana pool, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you consider that a mana pool holds a fuck lot of mana, and the passive stuff on its own is really slow. And these aren't even high level flowers. These are still kind of low level flowers. I mean, you can see how they're low level. If we look at generating endoflame, you can take a guess at roughly how much they generate by what they take to make. And since these just take 2 mana petals and some petals, they're not that powerful. But like the Entropinium takes 3 mana petals, a stage 1 and a stage 3 rune. So that's definitely a lot more powerful. Let me just sleep the night away here. So yeah, I'm happy with the Endoflames for now. They've got a very cheap running cost because I can just turn these into bark and duplicate the wood, and then just cook the wood into charcoal in my 7 times smeltery, and then I have plenty of charcoal. So I've set up a barrel here with an ender conduit pulling items out, and there's an ender conduit on top of each one of these along with the redstone conduit, and that just activates them all at the same time and ensures that they all stay full. And I'm very happy with this. So yeah, the testing I did was to see the capacity of a normal mana spreader, see if it could take all of how many flowers it could take, and was also to see if I could put them like this. And it turns out, because these droppers drop the items straight down, they are always exactly a block away from each other, and they don't actually merge. None of them merge at all because they drop perfectly straight down, and oh, I love that sound. That is really cool. So yeah, I've been playing around with the Gormorelius as well. It's okay, but I think right now it's kind of easier for me to get hold of the charcoal and feed these than it is for me to get hold of food that's going to be as good or better than the charcoal. Sorry, I've got a bit of a scratchy throat. So yeah, I think I'm just going to stick with these for now. I've been looking around in the Lexiconica Britannia, and there's actually some new stuff we've got because it's the updated version. So if we look in functional flora, there's a couple of new flowers that I don't think were there before, like this one, which stops Enderman teleporting. Oh no, whenever an Enderman teleports, it lands on this flower instead of teleporting wherever it wanted to go. But that is super expensive. It's like 2 stage 3 runes, stage 1, and then a redstone root, which is just redstone and grass. There's the Tiger's Eye, which works like a cat. There's the Tangleberry. It will keep animals or monsters within a circle, so it stops animals or monsters leaving an area. And there's I think the Paladarisk. Oh no, the Paladarisk feeds animals. The Orchid will turn stone blocks next to them into ore blocks. Lunium will extract all the goodies from a dungeon, which we definitely did have before, but we never actually used it. I'm kind of interested to try this one out. It is very expensive though, taking 3 stage 3 runes. But I think that would be really cool. I want to try that out definitely at some point. There's some new baubles. There's the Snowflake Pendant, which freezes water when you walk over it and then unfreezes it when you walk off. But I'm very happy with my Pyroclast Pendant. As far as I can tell, there's nothing that combines the Snowflake and the Pyroclast Pendant together, which would be really cool. You know, you have your 3x3, and you have, say, the Pyroclast Pendant here, the Winter's Pendant here, and then you put like Mana Steel, Mana Steel, Mana Steel, Mana Steel, a rune, like a level 3 rune, and then like 2 Terra Steel or something like that. I think that would be a fairly well-balanced way of crafting the items together. I've been looking at some other stuff. There's this Tainted Blood Pendant, which I didn't quite understand until I worked out that you can actually brew potions using the mana and stuff like that. You can brew special potions up. They would be in mystical items, I think. Nope, not mystical items. Miscellany? No. Natural apparatus. There it is. Alchemizing with mana. So you can make... Oh no, that's the alchemy catalyst. Botanical brewery. God damn it. Yeah, you can make these special potions. It's a bit expensive. It takes a rune of mana and a block of mana steel. And then you make these mana glass vials. I believe this is basically like blood magic potions. You can get speed, strength, haste, which is mining speed, instant health, jump boost, regen, longer regen. And it looks like it's almost like vanilla brewing. But the good thing about this is, according to this, the vials have multiple uses. I'm not sure where it says that. I was reading through earlier and it said that they have multiple uses. Ah, there you go. Unlike potions, brews have defined recipes and each vial contains multiple doses. I don't know how many doses, but it seems like that's very blood magic-y in the fact that they have multiple uses and you can make some potions that you couldn't make before. Like you can make a resistance potion, which is cool. Water breathing, invisibility. The invisibility only costs a snowball and a glowstone. So I have to worry about that because there could be something... that's very easy to make. Also, you can make absorption potions. And if you haven't seen it in vanilla, absorption is a rather cool new thing that golden apples give you. Let me make one up and I'll show you. What do I want to make? The normal one or the OP one? That's the really powerful one. Let's just make the ingots one and just see if that has the absorption. I believe it does. But absorption is a really cool effect, which I don't think any other vanilla items give you. It adds extra health. You see on my health bar, I have 2 extra hearts now. And I have absorption for 1 minute and 53 seconds. Now, I don't know if that health recovers, like if there's a way of getting that health back. I didn't even take any damage there, really? Okay, let's go find something proper to jump off. What we got? There's a mountain there, a little mountain. I should be able to get some full damage off of that. That's not deep enough. Hello, Mr. Cow. Also, I took a random trip running around because I was trying to make some feathers. Trying to get some feathers. Let's see if my my absorption health will actually recover, or if I've just lost the enchant there. Back up to full health. Will the absorption recover? Okay, so absorption doesn't recover. That's a shame, but I kind of understand why. But yeah, I took a little bit of a run to find some chickens so I could get some feathers, and I think it was over here somewhere. I ran into 2 king slimes that had just spawned and then just sort of gone out of my my radius, but they were still they still existed. They hadn't unloaded. So I went and killed those and got a couple of extra hearts, and I'm at full health. I'm at the extra 10 hearts, but now I have 2 extra yellow hearts. And I picked up a really cool weapon from one of them. I picked up a dagger. I've never made a dagger before because I never really saw the point. They're kind of low damage. Like this is 6 damage. I think the highest damage a dagger can do is 8 without any stuff on it. But when you right click, it throws the dagger. Which is really cool. I've been playing around trying to get it stuck in the wall, like sword blade first, because I think that would be really cool to just have one sitting around the house. But yeah, it will bounce off of enemies, doing its full damage, so 6 damage, and if it bounces just right, it can damage other enemies as well. I'm not sure I like the fact that it doesn't seem to stick properly. It doesn't seem to always go in the wall. Sometimes it does just look like it's laying down. Whee! Oh, that was so good. That was going towards the floor at a perfect angle. But yeah, I'm kind of liking the dagger. It's a pretty fun little weapon. I love just pissing around with it. Must have a hell of a handle to get stuck in the wall like that. So yeah, I'm not really sure what we're going to do next, because I haven't really decided on anything. I know that I definitely want to build a timer from Project Red. This is going to be a really useful little tool. We need to smelt some stone slabs. Okay. Basically, Project Red, if you don't know, adds a whole bunch of things that you can use. Like in vanilla, people always try and make these really complex circuits to do redstone stuff with, and in Project Red, you can make these entire circuits in a single machine. So we just need some redstone, nothing, a redstone torch and stone, and a redstone torch. So a bunch of redstone and a couple of torches. Shouldn't be too hard to play around with. But yeah, I've used the timer before, and it's actually one of my my favourite red power items, and I cannot wait to play around with it again. It's been a while since I've used any red power stuff, I'll say that. I need some of these. And then I need a piece of stone. Open, stone, thank you. And it's just that with that to make cathode, and that makes the anode. Oh no, the pointer. And that should be everything. And there you go, we have a timer. Now the timer, you place it down, and you can see on the side it has inputs and output sides. So you can input redstone from one side to turn it off or force it to stay on longer. And basically, you give it an interval, and every X amount of seconds it will tick, and when it ticks it sends out a redstone pulse. So I've set this currently to 12 seconds, or 12,000 milliseconds. And let's see, let's reduce that. So we can send out ticks every fifth of a second, like that. But what I want this for is, I think it'd be a nice idea if we stuck this down here. We're going to need a screwdriver to rotate. Actually, we might be able to rotate it with a hammer. No, we need a screwdriver. Okay, that's not too bad. Screwdriver's a fairly easy thing to use and make. Get in the door. Man, I need better doors. Screwdriver. We want the oh yeah, the Project Red screwdriver. Couple of lapis and some iron. That's gotten actually more expensive since I last saw it. 3 of that and some lupus. Gets our screwdriver. The screwdriver is basically the wrench for red power, and it allows you to rotate. Well, its original use was to rotate pistons. So if you had a piston facing up, but you wanted it facing down and didn't want to have to dig underneath it to place it in the right direction. So if we set that there, every time that ticks, it will output. So we're definitely going to want to add some time onto that. What I'm thinking is, if we set it to tick every minute, or let's say minute and a half. If we make this tick every minute and a half, then every minute and a half, this is going to make this drop all of its stuff, and we're going to start getting a shitload of mana, and then I don't have to actually be out here babysitting it to make sure I get all my mana out of it, which is pretty cool. And I actually want to do something else as well. I would like to be able to disable this thing. Where's the input side? Yeah. There's an input side down there. So all I need to do is drop a lever down there, and then I can turn it on or off at my whim. Stick. I have a stick in here. Yeah. Also, I've lost my levers again. I don't know where I put them all. That like stack of levers that I made, but I can't find them, and I can't be asked to go through chests searching for levers. So by doing that, it turns this thing off so that we don't have to worry about it running all the time. When we want it to run, we can. What I want to do is actually make a new item called mana something or other. Distributor, that's what I want, a mana distributor. So, do that. Hang on, give me 2 pieces of mana steel, thank you. And the mana distributor, when it receives mana, it will evenly distribute it to mana pools around it. So, let me move that in a second. Let me just do that so I have my speedy punch. I'm not just going to kill that straight away. I want to take its mana, sparing mana. No point in wasting a quarter of a mana pool's worth of mana. That should be almost done. Yeah, there we go. So what I'm going to do is move the mana pool, and I'm going to put... Where is it? Here, yeah. I'm going to put this mana distributor here, and I'm going to put 4 mana pools on it. And every time it gets mana, it will evenly distribute it between all 4 mana pools, and we'll have 4 times the storage space. And this just means that I don't have to pay as much attention to it, and I can stick a spark on every single one of these, and they can all feed my terrestrial my thing. They can all feed my thing, and I can also put a mana spreader, say here, here, and here, and feed that 3 times as fast as well. So it makes for some quite nice stuff that you can actually do with it. Stick that there. Now, I might have to rebind all these. I'm not sure. So let me just do it. Let me just do it to make sure. Let's see. Does it recognise where it's supposed to be shooting? It does not. Hang on a second. I want to make sure I got that in the right place. There we go. There's a whole load of new, like really nice stuff. Like when I actually set one of these things to its final position, you can see a small burst of blue, yellow, red particles, sort of, and it shows you. Hey, you can just about see it. It's very faint, but you can see it, and it gives you a visual indication that you've bound it to the right place. Also, did I just bind the same one 3 times? Something tells me that I did. So now is the time for testing. We'll click that and we'll see what happens, because I've never used this and I only know what it does because the book said it did this. So it's giving them to both of these. This one's going to fill up the spreader first. So once the spreader's done, it'll start. And there we go, we're getting mana in all 4 mana pools. So I can set that to tick every minute and pay out, and then all the things get mana. And once that's done, it will tick again, and all of these get more mana. I'm really happy about it. I wonder if you can put another one of these next to it and have it distribute to 3 more mana pools. That would be good, but I feel like that would cause an awful lot of lag having multiple ones like that. Also, I'm going to need to rebind this. Yeah, I was just making sure I wasn't in normal function mode, because when you shift click one of these in function mode, it just sends it in a random direction, opposite to it's opposite to where you are. It's not random. So always make sure it's in bind mode and then bind it. So yeah, these may not look like they're getting much right now, but you know, I have a lot of things that I want to do around the base and just play around with, and I can just leave that running, and all I have to do is tick that, and that will start going. And just because I can, I'm going to kick that off and have it run on its own for now. And I also have a shitload of mana right here. What's this set to? Accepting. I might as well use this mana to refill this pool, because currently nothing is feeding this pool. This is just me dropping these in the top to feed it. But I'm okay with that. So there's another thing I want to do, and that is I want to make a wireless thing for my ME system, because I'm not using this all the time, but it would be nice to be able to access this from a distance, especially since I keep leaving stuff in there, and I also keep using it. So I want to make a wireless terminal, and I think I'm going to need a wireless access point as well. So that's just some cable, a wireless receiver, quartz fiber, and a fluix pearl. I don't have any fluix pearls in there, or ender pearls. Now I'm going to need... Let's just take 4 and see how many others I'm going to need, because I have literally no idea. As I keep reminding you guys, I have not really played with this at all. You know, when the thing says that you only have one place to, like there's only one output from crushing something, charged Certis quartz, nether quartz, redstone. I do have some charged. Charged nether quartz. Some... No. What was it? It was charged Certis, 1 nether, 1 redstone. So... Oh, I don't actually have enough nether quartz and some redstone. But yeah, when like I look at this and it says that the only way of getting the dust basically only gives you 1. So by putting it in the sag mill with the dark steel balls, you have a 50% chance of getting 2 out of it. So it is actually duplicating items occasionally, which is really cool. So let's see, we put 3 in. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Damn it, we didn't get an extra. What am I happy for? Nether quartz, that's what I need. Nether quartz. These chests here. Chiseled quartz. What can we do to this to turn it back into nether quartz? Smelting, pulverizing. Oh, mana infusion. That's nice. Thank you. I really like it when you can do something very simply like that. It's like, who needs to fuck around with machines? I have magic. So I need to drop this, this, and this. Oh, that is so fun. Yes, so good. And then I just want to grind down a few more of these because I'm going to probably need it in the future. Actually, I need at least 8 of this just to make the shit for the Fluix pearls. So, let's stick these away. Go back to this. We have our 2 Fluix pearls. They are what will enable wireless travel. And there is our wireless receiver. Now the wireless access point also requires that, and that should just be as simple as placing it on somewhere like there, and now we have wireless access to this. We can also put upgrade cards in there, but they're expensive. They cost an ender pearl each, because the only way you can get this stuff is by grinding an ender pearl. I mean, we might get an extra ender pearl, the dust out of it, but it's not very likely. And to access it, we're going to need a wireless terminal, which is another one of these. Lovely. I'm glad I had the stuff for that. A dense energy cell, which is going to require an energy cell, which I don't have. What's that? Fluix. We need more Fluix dust. We need 24. No, 8 by 4 is 32. Damn. I didn't even cook up enough. Give me another half stack. And also, we should probably use some of those energy cells, because basically our power right now is coming in as it's needed. But what we can do is we can make some of these energy cells, some of these guys, and we can place them down, touching our system, and as well as using the power it needs, it will use extra power, extra RF, and it will convert that into AE power and store it inside the energy cells like a giant battery. And then if we run out of RF power for any reason, like say I'm moving around my machines, or I'm moving my power supplies, then the batteries will kick in and start filling the AE system, so that we don't have to worry about actually being completely systemless. I mean, right now we're not dependent on our AE system, but I'm pretty sure we will be eventually, once I get over my initial disgust of the AE, because I was really not a fan. Why would you use pure for that? Use normal. That's charged. I've got 1,000 normal ones right here. Oh, we need more glass. That'll do. No, don't use those, use the normals. It's very annoying when they do that. And that gives us 8 of those, and then we can combine the 8 of those with the calculation processor to get a dense energy cell. And then we need an ME terminal. Oh, I fucking love crafting with ME. And here we have our wireless terminal. Now I believe we still have to drop this into something to actually make it... I don't know how we would do that. We don't have anything to drop it in. Device is low on power is all it's saying right now. Okay. Let's charge it up. Sorry, I had to go in there. I hate going in there because the rendering of this in the center is, like, for some reason, makes the game lag to fuck. But they hold a really good amount of energy, so I can't complain. How much do they actually hold? What's that? 3, 4, 5 zeros, so that's 200,000. 51,200,000 RF. So they're only slightly better energy storage wise than the other energy ones, and this is not linked to anything right now, so we need to link it onto there. Is that how we do it? I have no idea how we link this to actually work, because before you dropped it into a thing. Unlinked. Oh, I think we actually need another block called a security terminal. Yeah, this. I think we need one of these. Let's see what we're missing for this. Okay, not too bad. Just one of those, which is 3 of those, which is 9 of these. You're clearly not using that. 9 of those to make 3 of these. To make 1 of these. I love crafting inside an ME terminal. It's so good. Not having to worry about, like, finding all the items and stuff. Let's craft a few of those. We're out of glass right now, but that's not a problem. Oh no, yeah, we still actually need to make the terminal. Oh, we have no more formation or annihilation cores. That sucks. Let's make 6 of each for now. And that should be the end of our problem there. There's an ME terminal. Ah, that's weird. Did I? Oh, I did. I only... There we go. There's an ME chest. Ah, I need to remember to start shift clicking. And there we have a security terminal. So what we'll do is we'll just place the security terminal somewhere. In fact, let me take that. Oh good, it didn't shatter. If we place this here, and if we look inside it, I have absolutely... Ah, this is how you link. Yeah, so we did need a security terminal. And then let's just place that on there. And then we have wireless access to all of our applied energistic stuff. Excellent. And now we can, like I said before, increase the range of this thing. And the interesting part, if you guys have played with this before, like in AE1, you'll remember that you could boost the wireless thing before, but only by 16 extra meters. So it was only go like twice as far as it did previously. But with this, I believe you can actually boost it to a maximum of like 9,000 blocks. So as long as it's loaded, you can access it from almost anywhere. Look at that, we dropped 16 ender pearls in and got 22 of this ender pearl powder. That is why I like the sag mill with the dark steel balls. I love the dark steel balls. Also insert random dark steel ball joke there. Whatever it may be. So I think there's still a maximum we can put in there of 16. So let's see, 1 extra gives us 1 meter and 2 extra RF. Next one gives us an extra 1.8 meters and some extra RF. So it's actually exponential. The first one is 1 meter, which is maybe it's like 1/16 extra. So then it's 1 meter and 8, and then it's like 2 meters, and then from to 24, and then 27, so 3.1 meters. But the RF a tick does go up quite fast. So 43 meters and 40 RF a tick. Each one of those windmills I've got generates like 70 something RF a tick. So I can put 16 in there and have an 80 meter range and 80 RF a tick. Can I put more in? Oh my shit, I can. Well, might as well make 32 of them. That would be the next logical stopping point. Whoa, okay, see that got expensive. 80 meters, 80 RF a tick. That's okay. That's a decent range, that's a decent cost. If we double the amount, it goes to 197 meters and 378 RF a tick. So I think I'm going to leave this at about 16 for now. 16 is a good enough range. That's an 80 meter range. And I mean, where are we that we're 80 meters away from our base? This is 25. I don't need to be able to access it from that far away. I mean, I can probably still access it from here, 66 meters away from my marker. If we keep moving over here, 70, 80. I can technically still access it from there. Interesting. So we can access it from 85 meters away from our marker. And I don't need to be out here. I mean, it's going to come in handy at some time, I'll tell you that. Because I'm going to take a Horn of the Wild and a magnet, and I'm going to run around and destroy every single plant around this area. Just because I don't like them. They're unnecessary rendering, and I like my videos to be as smooth as possible. Let's have a quick look at this. You can see that it is currently working. I think we might actually need to drop that time up a little bit from the 100 seconds. So if we set it to 2 minutes, and let's see how it works from there. Because all of these are working, and it looks like they're all working full speed, and a lot of these still haven't even eaten their coal. I'm also just going to flick it off for a second. See, this is why I wanted to get this out quickly, so that I could continue to play around and test the various things. And it looks like, wow, we're really running out of charcoal. So what have we got? We've got 7, and there's 3, so there's 21. So a third of a stack every 2 minutes. So 6 minutes is a stack of charcoal. So an hour we lose 10 stacks of charcoal. Seems alright. That's actually not too bad. And, you know, I can just set up a fully automated thing, which I might do like fairly soon. I just need to think about the thing. If I like removed all the speed upgrades, this would use 2 RF a tick, which means it's very slow, but it's only 2 RF a tick, so 14 RF a tick when it's running at full capacity. And since it's going to be fully automated and just sitting around doing nothing, like it'll just be working constantly, I feel okay with doing that. So if I make another one of those up to the maximum level, stick 8 energy upgrades in there but no speed upgrades, and then just work out a system where I can automatically do all this. So I'm going to come up with some plans for this, and I'm going to show you next episode what I actually came up with, because we're about 45 minutes now. So thanks for watching. Well, 42 minutes. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you want to see, because I'm basically just playing around with stuff that interests me and stuff that I haven't played with, like Britannia. I've got a full Britannia setup, and like it's really, really fun and enjoyable. So yeah, let me know what mods you think I should play with, and you know, if there's stuff in the pack that you think I haven't played with, or if there's stuff in the pack that you haven't seen that you really want to see. I know a lot of you are going to say Galacticraft. And don't worry, I'm going to start playing with that really soon. I want to get a stable power setup, like a big reactor, beforehand. So, yeah, I'm going to leave that for now, but I will play with that very soon. Very soon, very soon indeed. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I love playing this pack. It's got so much good stuff in it. I am having an absolute blast. I will see you guys next episode. Peace out!